Good afternoon, Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, or I should say this afternoon, a tale of two rallies, part two. I wanted to just go over that episode from Friday. I did get a lot of texts and messages, and it also received a lot of views. It got a lot of response also on Instagram, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit more. Join me. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. A tale of two rallies, part two. Good afternoon. I'm Freddie Vasquez. And that was the wrong sound effect. How you doing this lovely Sunday, folks? I'm Freddie Vasquez again. It's Basement Politics Unfiltered. If you're joining me, thank you for joining me. I wanted to go over Friday's podcast. I titled that podcast, A Tale of Two Rallies. On Wednesday, this past Wednesday, Yonkers United 2021 organized a group of parents to attend a school board meeting to voice their displeasure or their in protest of the mask mandates. They're asking that the school go optional at least. Many schools have decided that they will be optional come Monday when the students return from the winter break, and some schools even have gone optional as soon as the Supreme Court ruled the mask mandates to be unconstitutional and illegal, defying the governor's appeal and the stay by another judge. This rally on Wednesday was organized by a group, again, Yonkers United, a group that has attended every school board meeting, just about. They've even attended other school board meetings in protest of these mandates and have protested against the possible mandating of the COVID vaccination, a bill that's in the assembly. Currently, they've gone to assemblymen's offices, have called their offices, including Nader Sayegh, an assemblyman here whose offices are located in Getty Square. Now, Nader Sayegh did not attend the rally on Wednesday at Saunders High School. In fact, many elected officials didn't attend. There were two. Westchester County Legislator James Nolan attended, District 15, and Councilman John Rubo of District 4 made an appearance. However, neither one of the gentlemen spoke at that rally. In fact, no officials spoke at all. There were about maybe three parents that spoke. One parent wanted to speak but was not allowed to and was actually removed from the meeting. Actually, that ended the meeting. As I walked out, I caught Councilman Rubo. I spoke to him a little bit. I asked a few questions. One of them was, is it not possible for you guys to put the pressure on the school board? They can make that decision like other school boards have made. In fact, he didn't even know that other school boards had made the decision to go optional. He did know that some of them had decided, or many had decided, to go optional come the Monday after the break, which he said he wanted and was hoping that we could do. But he said that to me. Why did he not get up and speak to the school board? I found it to be strange, especially because Councilman Rubo was going to be involved in a rally the following day, on Thursday. There was another rally at Larkin Plaza. This rally, from what I understand, was put together by Councilman Rubo. Some said both by Councilman Rubo and the mayor, although the mayor did not attend. And leading the charge was actually, from what I'm being told, Zahi Jeris's wife, former chief of staff of former city council president Michael Cater, who now currently works at DPW. What I came to learn was that many of the people that attended were city employees. This rally on Thursday had many elected officials. county legislators, and councilmen alike. In attendance was John Rubo, also county legislator James Nolan, David Tubiolo, county legislator, Councilman Mike Breen, and if I'm forgetting someone, I'm sorry. There were also businessmen in attendance. But from my sources, people are saying that they went around to gather their friends. They had City Hall come out, and people were wondering if they were clocked in and getting paid. But why were there two rallies? Why did the elected officials who attended the rally on Thursdays not attend the rally on Wednesday? One of them being Nader Sage, assemblyman. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. He was there on Thursday. Why didn't he attend Wednesday's rally? One of the biggest, concerns of parents and teachers, school staff alike, is the mandating of the COVID vaccine, a bill that is currently in assembly, Bill 8378. So why was he not there to hear the concerns of the parents and not voice his concerns or fight for his constituents on Wednesday when he had the school board, when the school board was there? Why didn't John Rubo speak? He had a big blowhorn and he spoke at Thursday's meeting or rally. He was very vocal. Many of them were, but none showed up to the one organized by Yonkers United 2021. Now, as I thought about it, to me, it really highlighted the separation that I often speak about, and many speak about here in the city of Yonkers. You have the Yonkers insiders, and then you have everyone else. This seemed to be on Thursday a rally put on together by Yonkers insiders. But was it about the mask? Was it really about the mask mandates? I mean, if it was, why not speak at the school board meeting? Why not voice their concerns, and I mean they, the elected officials, to the school board trustees who can actually make that decision? And John Rubo, when I asked him, said they could not. They can't make that decision. I said, yes, they can. They'll do whatever the mayor says. Why doesn't the mayor put pressure? So I started to look up some of the authority, and responsibilities of school board here in the state of New York. And I just want to read something for you, or to you, I should say, that I got from New York State School Boards Association website. And it's in regards to the authority of the school board. Exclusive authority of school boards. While school boards in New York State have an array of responsibilities, they have exclusive authority to hire and evaluate the superintendent of schools, propose an annual budget to voters, and 3, establish policy. Boards and board members have a responsibility to act with fairness and integrity in these roles and other district-related business and activity. Respect for stakeholders, right? Each school board member should make decisions based on what he or she believes to be in the best interest of the community of stakeholders, including but not limited to all students, in contrast to individual students or certain groups of students, all students, employees, including teachers, administrators, and non-academic staff, as well as volunteers, parents and guardians, taxpayers, employers, colleges, universities, and others with a vested interest in the education provided by the district or BOCES, educational partners, business partners, and contractors, the community at large. School board members have a duty to be open to feedback and information received from all stakeholders. So they have the authority to do that, to establish policy and do what's in the best interest of their stakeholders, which is the parents, the students, the community at large, taxpayers. So yes, John, you can advocate and they can make that decision. And the community at large, the stakeholders, are your constituents. They're the ones that vote you in, Councilman Rubo. So yes, you can fight and they can make that change. Our school board is also a mayoral controlled school board, which means that the parents do not vote for the members, but they are appointed. So they will listen to the mayor, guaranteed. If that's what the mayor wants, the school board will do that. Let's say a school board member wants to go on and become a politician here in the city, and maybe they want the mayor's endorsement. Well, they're going to listen to the mayor if he asks for a favor while they are on the school board. Let's say they are a school board trustee and they want to possibly get a position or a job, a city job within the school district or the city itself, a job that the mayor appoints. Sure, they're going to listen to the mayor when they are a school board trustee, if that's their future plans. Come on. For far too long, you've been so used to talking to people like they're stupid. And I think you just continue to do so because you assume that we're all still stupid. Well, not all of us. Some of us are starting to understand and see the BS. Some say that the rally on Thursday was nothing more than political posturing, promotion, and kind of a survey. They wanted to see how will people respond to Rubo or Nader Sage, individuals that are looking to possibly run for mayor in the coming year. To people that names constantly come up when we speak of mayor. For what I'm hearing, it's going to be Nader. Rubo's not ready. Some people say Freddie. No, that's not true. The machine doesn't like the Nader. And sources point to the fact that the machine took away the Independence Party from Nader Sage. And I don't know too much about that, but that's a reason they say that it won't be Nader because he's not liked. Well, things could change. Things can change. And from what I'm hearing, he's the guy. And that could be very well be wrong, but it's quite possibly right. Is that what you folks want here in the city of Yonkers? These are individuals that posture. Nader Sage flipped on the vote in the assembly when it came to religious exemptions and the vaccines. Do you trust that he truly wants to fight along with parents who no longer want to see these mask mandates in place? And if that's the case, why didn't he show up on Wednesday? That was organized by the parents, not politicians. All political posturing. Again, so going back to what I said, it highlights the divide, or the two classes, I should say. You have the political elite, and you have the rest of Yonkers. Those who get to do what they want, when they want, how they want to do it. It's about who you know, not what you know. And that's a common theme here in the city of Yonkers. And that's a reason why I've received so many text messages and messages on Facebook in regards to county legislator, James Nolan, who was at both rallies. Although he only spoke at the one on Thursday, people were upset when they found out that he recently got a job transfer to DPW. In fairness, I reached out to the county legislator and should mention that people are reaching out to me about it. Why would they be doing that? And then people started to explain. It's the perks that individuals get. The fact that people heard that he was going around demanding and said, I better get transferred. The mayor better transfer me. This is what some individuals are saying, allegedly. But he did recently get transferred to DPW. He said that he was working for the city 5 years. It's been in the works. Although some say that transfer doesn't make sense from the Yonkers Public School as a custodian to DPW. And I like County Legislator James Nolan. I've supported James Nolan. I shared a lot of his stuff, and I wanted to see him win, and I'm glad when he won. I seen him out there. I seen him hustling, but now some people are saying that that's just off his show. That was for off to get elected, to get the votes. Individuals, especially from CSEA, something that I've been talking about, are upset because they have no contract. And one of the reasons they say they voted for the legislator was because he was a member of CSEA. One of the few endorsements they gave. In fact, all the unions gave the legislator their endorsement. And they feel that he failed them 2 months into office, and they feel they have been failed. They have no contracts. Teamsters, 456, have no contract. They've also been fighting to get more work on these developments going up. And they were hoping that this was going to be a gentleman that was going to champion for them. So they're upset about that. They're upset because they feel like they've given them their votes because they wanted to see someone who was going to fight for them. And again, they've been let down. They also feel like Alberto's let them down. It's kind of like, when I don't like when people who are Hispanic use the fact that they're Hispanic, right, elected officials to get votes, and then they don't do anything for the Hispanic community. It's kind of like that. You're one of us. We voted for you because you're one of us. And then you didn't do anything for us. And then you left us. Because now as an employee at DPW, he's no longer a CSEA member, I believe. But I could be wrong. That's what I was told. But either way, the primary concern is that no one is fighting for them for their contracts. No one is fighting for the unions to get work, local labor to get work. They mention it when they want votes, and then they get disappointed. And I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm honestly in the middle. I mentioned that I supported County Legislator James Nolan, and I like the guy, and I shared his stuff, and I was happy to see him win, right? However, my podcast is to give people a voice. I created this to speak on issues that are not being addressed, to bring transparency, and to bring some integrity, right, and some honesty to the people. So in doing that, I have to address any concerns that are brought to me, because I then would not be staying true to who I am or what I created the podcast for. I have to, right? So I want to put that out there, because I don't want people saying, well, Freddie, you just kind of, no, it's not that. If people come to me with concerns, I have to mention it. And I do reach out to people first. I try to be fair. But again, I have to address it. This is what the people are saying, and I cannot, go against that. And that's the case with the same with the mayor and the comments that people said were racist. I didn't necessarily agree, but I did stand by the people. And if they wanted a public apology, then that's what they should have gotten, right? So it's the same thing here. If people have a concern, if enough people have concerns, because it's not one person, it's not two people. I'm getting multiple, messages and text messages. So I have to bring it up, and that's why I do it. And I'm going to always do that, because, again, this is what Basement Politics, it's all about. I was also, today, people also sent me links to articles and video clips. The legislator's mom was on Fox News talking about bail reform. She mentioned the mayor and said that he was, speaking against it, and how people like Andrew Stewart Cousins weren't doing anything about it. The Democrats, although Mike Spano, Democrat now. I shared that on my page. If you didn't see it, you can go on the Basement Politics with Freddie Vasquez or Unfiltered and check that out. But they shared that. They shared a Yonkers Tribune article that was written a long time ago, 2017, in regards to some things that, they wanted me to see. They wanted me to read. However, that's not what I want to bring up, because the point here is about CSEA and having no contract and not having their grievances or their concerns addressed. No updates. They don't know where the president, Alberto Velasquez, is. Although I did get a hold of him a week ago, almost over a week ago now. He said he would reach back out. He hasn't yet. So I ended up reaching out to actually the second VP, Maribel de Jesus. And I asked about the contracts. I said, what's going on with the contracts? I got people reaching out to me. I've reached out to Alberto. I haven't really got anything from him. And she said they're working on a rollover until they can negotiate a contract. So for all you folks in CSEA, 9169, according to the second VP, Maribel de Jesus, they are working on a rollover until they can negotiate a contract. A rollover basically is, when the terms, for the most part, remain the same. First VP is Ken Whitney, by the way. But I don't understand, because I was told that they offered something similar to that, an extension for a year, which gave a 1% raise. It gave a number of step raise that it equaled to 4% total raise increase. It gave them 2 extra holidays. The medical benefits were going to remain the same. And that was going to be the 1-year extension. However, it was turned down by Alberto Velasquez. And also, they're upset because now they have to wear uniforms. But they were not told about this, except when the letter came to let them know that starting, I guess, when they come back or when everyone returns on Monday after the winter break, they will have to wear uniforms. But they didn't have an opportunity to, give their opinions about it. And it's not so much about having to wear uniforms, but they don't like when things happen without, any conversations, any meetings about it, without being heard. What's the point of having a union, paying for the union, right? And again, this is an attack on Alberto Velasquez. People are reaching out to me. I've asked Mr. Velasquez to come on the show to speak about it. CSEA is operating without a contract. And really, they just want to be acknowledged. This goes back to, again, with the mayor's comments. People want to be validated. Don't ignore people. And when they hear that you're hopping on a plane to Puerto Rico every so often, that, when people are struggling out here, again, this is a full-time position as the president. So while he remains, with the salary that he had for whatever position he had within the schools, he doesn't actually have to do that work anymore, because his new job now is being the president of CSEA. So it's kind of like, is he working? Is he at the office? Is there a way to, have some kind of accountability? And again, this is not an attack on the gentleman, but, basement politics is created to be a voice for residents. I want to promote transparency and be a place where people can be informed in a manner that is untainted, unbiased, and unfiltered. For far too long, things have been happening here in the city of Yonkers, and it's felt like people did not have a outlet to speak on it. They felt alone. They felt scared to do so. They didn't want to have retaliation, and many people have been retaliated on. I know I've been retaliated on. So this is why I speak up on it. It's not personal. And quite honestly, you can come on the show because I've invited the individuals to my show to clear the air. Speak on it. I mean, that is part of your responsibility. This is public office. This isn't a private entity. It's not private business here. You are voted on by people that demand some answers. And you owe them the answers because that is your responsibility to provide answers. So when you don't and you stay quiet, then you're going to get the rumors. You're going to get people saying that you're bought. You're going to get people wondering, what did you get? Hopping on a plane to Puerto Rico every so often? Going out on boats, fishing? People are wondering, why is it that you're not fighting for them? And again, same thing with the county legislator. You know, people say that, things happen fair and square. And I'm talking in general. I'm talking about, various individuals within the city who have jobs within the city, who are elected officials, who have family members now that work for the city, who have multiple families that work for the city. And the problem with that is it seems like it's nepotism. It seems like it's favoritism, special, special favors and things that people do if you support individuals or you help them win. And it's not fair because there's so many people that have applied for these jobs that have not gotten them, that have been waiting for so long. But when you have a certain individual who has multiple family members in positions within the city that are difficult to get, what are the odds that you get 2, 3, 4, 5 of your family members or more and working for the city? Jobs that is difficult for one person to get. What are the odds? I mean, really, what are those odds? They're almost impossible unless you have someone doing you a favor. So, I mean, you can't, it's not about accusations or rumors. Let's look at probability. Let's do math, statistics. Statistically, what are the chances? So therefore, there should be a system in place. And if I don't know if there is one already, it's just not being utilized, where they can see when applications go in, they're going to a system, can't be tampered with. They show what part of the process the individual is in. Did he take the test already? He took the test. He or she, what's their score? What are they waiting for? What are exactly the positions that are available? How many positions in total are there for that, whatever it is, DPW, right? There should be a system. Transparency is key. And if you're going to spend $180,000 to give this company to do upgrades, the computer systems for the Yonkers Public School to manage and keep student health records, then why can't you spend $180,000 to have a system in place for this? Because there's so much talk about that. No one's complaining about the way the Yonkers Public School is keeping medical records, but they're surely complaining about the way individuals are hired. And when people look at it, it just doesn't seem fair. And when people are promised something and they're not given that, but they gave their end of the bargain, they held up their end, they held up their part, then they feel slighted. They get upset. And they're going to say something about it. So I have to say something about it because they've reached out to me. So, to the individuals that are tasked with addressing this, Mr. Alberto Velasquez, please speak to the people. Issue a statement, write a letter. Come on my show. Right? And any elected officials, but the county legislator and any other elected officials. Address the CSCA. Fact that they don't have a contract. Mention it. Why doesn't local labor have more opportunities on these developments? Why are they big cement trucks and dump trucks coming from Jersey? Talk about climate change. These big trucks crossing the bridge from Jersey just to do work out here in Yonkers. All that gas they're burning. More traffic into the city. Doesn't make sense. And I'm talking about multiple companies from Jersey, cement companies, dump trucks, big trucks. There were about 8 of them lined up over there on Van Cortlandt and Radford from Jersey. Why? People sending me pictures of other trucks from Jersey. Why? Why not have companies here in Yonkers or Westchester? Doesn't make sense. So if you care so much about the climate, that doesn't make sense. Right? So why aren't you guys fighting for this? Our local guys, our businesses here, local businesses here would like opportunities. Local labor would like opportunities. CSCA would like a contract. At the very least, they would like to be acknowledged. I mean, if not, they want you to step down, resign. If you're not going to do the job, resign. This is what they're saying. Resign. CSCA. I'm Freddie Vasquez. I will be on tonight. We'll discuss pay to play. Pay to play. What companies here in the city of Yonkers are paying to play? Let's find out tonight on Basement Politics with Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered midday special. Thank you for joining me. And reach out to the individuals. Say, hey, what's going on, Alberto? We want to know something. It's time to speak up. Everyone has to speak up. Everyone together. Mr. Velasquez, you're welcome to come on the show. And anyone else that wants to clear the air, you're welcome always to come on the show in Basement Politics, politicwithfred@gmail.com. Come on. Don't be scared. Not going to bite. Join me tonight. Pay to play.
Let's get it popping.
I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Midday special. A tale of 2 rallies. Was Thursday's rally, no mask rally, anti-mask mandate rally on Thursday at Larkin Plaza just a show for elected officials? And CSCA promised to have a fighter fight for them, but now they feel abandoned. They feel abandoned by 2 individuals who were supposed to fight for them. 2 individuals who are fighters, but don't seem to be fighting.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
They're wondering, what did they get? Join me tonight, Basement Politics Unfiltered. Pay to play. What companies here in the city of Yonkers are paying to play?
Game over.
No!